Good morning, student. Here in standard 10th and our subject that mathematics, we have earlier started chapter number 4 quadratic equation, and now it is part number 6. We have discussed many types to find the solution of given quadratic equation. Now one more formula that we are going to discuss here to find the solution of quadratic equation. So now the topic that we are going to learn here, that is quadratic formula. We are going to discuss a quadratic formula to find the solution of given quadratic equation. When we cannot find the solution of given quadratic equation by splitting middle term or by finding the factor of given quadratic equation, we use this formula to find the real roots of quadratic equation. Now for that we have to just assume the quadratic equation, that is, as we know that, consider the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c which is equal to 0, and we know that the value of a does not equal to 0. So by this way we know that the quadratic equation can be represented by in this form: ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Now here we know that the coefficient of x square, that is a, coefficient of x, that is b, and coefficient and constant term is c, that is a, b, c are real numbers. Now by this way, with help of this coefficient, we can find the solution of quadratic equation. For that, we take the value, thus we take the value b square minus 4ac. We find the value of b square minus 4ac, and it must be its value is greater than or equal to 0. Whenever we find the value of b square minus 4ac, what value of b square minus 4ac, it always be greater than or equal to 0. Means we cannot take the value of if we find the value of this equation less than 0, then we cannot find the real roots of the given quadratic equation. So we just take the formula b square minus 4ac greater than or equal to 0. It must be greater than or equal to 0. Then the roots of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 are given by, then we can take the roots of the given or the solution of the given quadratic equation by the formula minus b plus or minus, we have taken here plus or minus, means we are going to find two roots of the given equation, that one time we put here plus and one time we put here minus. That is, then in that mean minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, and this formula is known as a quadratic formula. So here now you can realize that why we cannot take the value of b square minus 4ac less than 0, because if you put here any negative term, then we cannot find the square root of any negative term. So we have to find the value, if the value of b square minus 4ac is greater than or equal to 0, then we can find the real roots of quadratic equation. So the roots of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 are minus b plus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, and minus b minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. If b square minus 4ac greater than or equal to 0, then we must take the value of b square minus 4ac greater than or equal to 0. If b square minus 4ac is less than 0, the equation will have no real roots. So why that we know we know that we can't take this square root of any negative term. This formula for finding the roots of a quadratic equation is known as the quadratic formula. So by this way we can find the roots of or the solution of the given quadratic formula. Now by using this formula we can find some or we can solve some example. For example number 11, find two consecutive odd positive integers sum of whose squares is 290. Here we want to find two consecutive odd positive integer and the sum of whose squares is 290. So we have to assume two consecutive positive integer. How can we find consecutive odd positive integer? If we for the example, let 3 is a odd number. 3 is odd number. Now next odd number to 3 is 5. So difference between 3 and 5, that is 2. Difference between, by that way we can say that 3 is odd number and next to 3 is 5. Odd number is 5. Difference between 3 and 5, that is 2. After 5 we get 7. Difference between two odd number, that is 2. So just if we assume any odd number, that is x, we don't know the odd number, so we have to assume it. Means x is odd number, then next odd number will be x plus 2. By adding 2 we can find it odd number. So in that manner by that way we can find solution of it. Solution, let the smaller of the two consecutive odd positive integer be x. स्मॉलर है, जो स्मॉलर पॉजिटिव इंटीजर है उसे हम x लेते हैं. देन दी सेकंड इंटीजर विल बी x plus 2 as we have discussed according to question. Now let look at the question. There is given sum of whose squares, means we are going to take square x square and x plus 2 square, and after then we are going to take the sum, that is x square plus x in bracket x plus 2 bracket square, and its sum is 290. So now let simplify this x square as it is. Now we know that x plus 2, it is in the form a plus b bracket square. That after then simplifying it we can find x square plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 290. X square plus x square, that is 2x square plus 4x minus 286 is equal to 0. And after then taking common term 2 from all the term, we can find x square plus 2x minus 143 is equal to 0, which is quadratic equation in x, as you can see here. Now by using quadratic formula, for that we have to compare the given quadratic equation that we have derived. Now we have to compare it with standard form, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then we can find the coefficient of all the term. So by using the quadratic formula we can get, we know that what is the quadratic formula, that is x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of 4 plus b square minus 4ac. Putting the all the value, we can find the value of roots. X is equal to b is minus 2 plus or minus b square, that is 4, or 4ac, that is plus 572 divided by 2, minus 2 plus or minus square root of 576. Now it is a square of 24, so we can take square root of 576 as 24. So after then minus 2 plus or minus 24 divided by 2, That is, we can find two value. As you can see here x is equal to minus 2 plus 24 by 2, or x is equal to minus 2, one time plus and one time minus 24 divided by 2. So by this way 22 divided by 2, or x is equal to minus 26 divided by 2. Then we can find two roots, x is equal to 11 or x is equal to minus 13. So we have two roots of the given quadratic equation, x is equal to 11 and x is equal to minus 13. So by this manner, but x is given to be an odd positive integer. As you know that in the question there is given x is a odd positive integer. Therefore, x does not equal to minus 13. We cannot take the value of x as minus because it is odd positive integer. So we take value of x is equal to 11. Thus the two consecutive odd integers are 11 and 13. और उसका जो है हम स्क्वायर लेंगे तो 11 स्क्वायर प्लस 13 स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 121 प्लस 169 विच इज इक्वल टू 290. That is verified. So by this way we can find the solution or the roots of given quadratic equation, and remember that the value of b square minus 4ac never be negative, because we cannot find the square root of negative term, because here you can see that it is 576 is positive, so we can find the square root of this number. Now let a rectangular park is to be designed whose breadth is 3 meter less than breadth is 3 meter less than its length. So we have to assume breadth. Its area is to be 4 square meters more than the area of a park that has already been made in the shape of isosceles triangle, with its base as the breadth of the rectangular park and of altitude 12 meter. Find its length and breadth. So firstly we have to assume its breadth and length to find the solution of given equation. So let assume, let the breadth of the rectangular park be x, and in first line it is given that its breadth is 3 meter less than its length. So its length should be 3 meter more than its breadth. So we can take length is equal to x plus 3. So you can see that breadth is 3 less than its length. Now next line its area is to be 4 square meter more than the area of park that has already been made in the shape of isosceles triangle. So we have to find the area of isosceles triangle. For that we know that the formula, half of area of any triangle is half of altitude multiplied by its base, and its base is a breadth of rectangular. So we have to find the area of this isosceles triangle. For that, area of base of the isosceles triangle is x meter because its breadth is of rectangular part. So the area of isosceles triangle can be given by half into x into 12 is equal to 6x meter square. So now given that its area to be 4 square meters more than the area of park that is already been made in the shape of isosceles, that is x square plus 3x. यहाँ पे जो हमने रेक्टेंगुलर उसका पार्क को है उसका एरिया कैसे मिल सकता है, लेंथ इंटू ब्रेथ, दैट इज एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस 3x मीटर स्क्वायर। अब ये जो पार्क का जो एरिया है वो इसके एरिया से और जो उससे 4 मीटर स्क्वायर ज़्यादा है, दैट इज एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस 3x, एरिया ऑफ रेक्टेंगुलर पार्क इज मोर देन एरिया ऑफ isosceles triangle, that is 6x plus 4. So we can find x square minus 3x minus 4 is equal to 0 as a quadratic equation. Now we want to find the solution of this quadratic equation, that we have to take or we have to compare the given quadratic equation with standard form, that is x square ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a does not equal to 0. Then we can find, using the quadratic formula, we get x is equal to 3 plus or minus square root of 25 by 2. After then we can find the value of x is equal to 4 or minus 1. But x does not equal to minus 1. Why? We know that the length and breadth of any rectangular cannot be negative. Measure of any length and breadth cannot be negative. So we have to take x is equal to 4. So the breadth of the park is equal to 4 meter and its length will be 7 meter. Verification कैसे कर सकते हैं? By putting this value in the given equation. Then the rectangular park is 28 meter square, area of triangle 24 meter square, that is 4 less than the area of rectangular park. For more example, find the roots of the following quadratic equation if they exist using the quadratic formula. Always remember that b square minus 4ac should be greater than or equal to 0. Then we can find the solution of or the roots of given quadratic equation. So, taking one example number 1, 3x square minus 5x plus 2 is equal to 0. Here a is equal to 3, b is equal to minus 5, c is equal to 2. So, we can find the value of b square minus 4ac, that is 25 minus 24. Put the value of ABC in the equation, then we can find 1 and it is greater than 0. So, we can find the roots of given equation. Therefore, x is equal to 5 plus or minus square root 1 by 6. Then we can find x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 2 by 3. So, the roots are 2 by 3 and 1. As well as in example number 14, find the roots of the following equations. One of the equation we will solve here, and after remaining one you must solve by yourself. Solution of first example, given that x plus 1 over x is equal to 3, multiplying. Now we are going to just simplify this equation in standard form. So we have to multiply through, or we can say that here you can find x as a denominator. So we have to multiply x with all the term, then we get x square plus 1 is equal to 3x. और यहाँ पे जो आप 1 और x के साथ x मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो वो x x कैंसिल हो जाएगा, 1 बच गया है. नाउ राइटिंग दिस equation in standard form, that is x square minus 3x plus 1 is equal to 0, which is a quadratic equation. So here a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 3 and c is equal to 1. So b square minus 4 is equal to 9 minus 4, that is equal to 5, and 5 is greater than 0. So we can find the roots of given quadratic equation. So by this way, x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac, that is 5, and divided by 2a, that is 2. So 3 plus or minus square root of 5 by 2, by putting these values in quadratic equation. So we have two values or two roots of given quadratic equation, that is 3 plus square root of 5 by 2 and 3 minus square root of 5 by 2. These two roots of given quadratic equation. By this way, this manner, we can find the solution of given any quadratic equation. But remember that the formula b square minus 4ac must be greater than or equal to 0, so that we can find the solution of given quadratic equation or real roots of given quadratic equation. So, in exercise number 4.3, there are given some examples or questions. That is question number 2 and 3. Such are given as we have learned here. So, solve it by yourself.